And we are live on Periscope here at HIM 16 with Crystal and Bronwyn. I am so excited. This is the Interoperability Showcase. And one of the great things I like about Periscope is I can turn it sideways. And, well, I guess it doesn't really work that well. Okay, we're going to come in here, and this says Tour Empower HIT. What is the Interoperability Showcase, Crystal?
Sure. So hi everyone, I'm Crystal Anderson, and this is my first Periscope.
Woo!
So I'm pretty excited.
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. And thanks again, Charles and Chuck, for doing this with us. We're super excited, and I have here with me Bronwyn.
Hi, Bronwyn.
Hi, everyone. So here at the Interoperability Showcase, we have over 34,000 square feet of space, and we're going to see all of that in just a bit.
I'm just going to do a little.
Data exchange. So basically going kind of from the home to the information you have on your iPhone, how many steps you're taking, to all the way for medication management, looking at things like chronic disease management, keeping in health and fitness, healthy weight, things like that. We're going to be seeing one of our most intricate vignettes in a bit, and that one's going to be the neonatal ICU, and that's going to take us through a vignette or a specific use case story as to how we can exchange information through all these different vendor systems.
Okay, well let's head out on the tour.
Yeah,
Periscope
we're just going to go ahead.
Welcome to the 2016 HIMSS Interoperability Showcase, where the power of health IT is the power of transformation. This year's showcase demonstrates an interoperable ecosystem. That means systems that improve quality, reduce costs, and improve access, supporting seamless and secure access to data, transforming the quality of care delivered to individuals. More than a dozen use cases provide the basis for our health journeys and highlight real-world applications using standards-based interoperability in the home, in transit, at the hospital, and in the doctor's office. In addition to these connected demonstrations, this year's showcase offers an inside look at practical resources and access to on-hand experts. In our telehealth vignette, learn how virtual technology can provide a foundation for expanded access to high-quality care, no matter where you are. Explore our innovations vignette that highlights real work being done today to improve your experience, including financial resources, broadband access, and improved workflow. The Federal Health Architecture area hosts initiatives that explain the benefits of the National Information Exchange, solutions for prescription drug interoperability, and more. Stop by the Healthcare API bar and learn more about how the web will remove barriers between systems data exchange that improves care through the use of APIs. future of health IT is here at HIMSS Innovation Center. Learn more about this immersive, interactive, and educational experience. A new and exciting offer is testing and certification, featuring Concert by HIMSS, and advances in programs that test, validate, and certify health IT products and systems. You'll gain an understanding of the available programs and their practical value, all to help determine the best fit for your organization. Find out how we're advancing interoperability through IHE, integrating the healthcare enterprise area, making seamless information exchange possible throughout the showcase. Take the opportunity to join us and become an IHE member. Our tours begin here at the Welcome Theater. Tours launch continuously and are led by our team of knowledgeable docents. The Education Theater hosts 30-minute sessions featuring dynamic presentations from industry leaders who have successfully implemented standards-based IT exchange using IHE profiles. If you need more help, our information desks are at your service.
People can count on HIMSS to be the trusted source, to be a thought leader, and we are here to help be part of the solution on getting the right information to the right people at the right time.
Take a tour. Talk to an expert. Join the conversation at #EmpowerHIT. Become part of the growing force of stakeholders who are improving healthcare through standards-based interoperability as we present the HIMSS Interoperability Showcase.
Super, really nicely done.
Excellent.
Yay!
So hi everyone, it's Crystal again. I hope you enjoyed our video. We've spent a lot of and ladies. Each of these folks are the technical people. They're not marketing based. They're the ones who build all of this cool stuff, and they're now going to take us through a specific script that we've prepared for you, and we'll start.
Hi, my name is Doug Stevens with Garter FID. We provide the RTLS solution for this vignette. The first thing that happens is baby Lacey's born. Her information is put into the EMR. That information is then imported into the RTLS system over here, where we eliminate all data entry errors. Her location is right here in the neonatal ICU, and you can see that it's displayed here on the screen. That information is also sent over the IHE PCD platform over to all of the other devices within this vignette. We also have tag, an RFID tag, placed on the IV pump over there. So the IV pump, we can determine what the location is. That IV pump location is also sent to the EMR for future use into Lacey's further treatment. As it happens, Lacey has a feeding issue. She's having a problem feeding, so what we're going to do is we're going to send her off to radiology for some imaging exams. So we're going to send over to Rob here.
Hi there, I'm Rob Mitchell with Merge Healthcare. And in our part of the demonstration, baby Lacey has, they did an imaging study on her. They're a little worried about her, so they gave her an ultrasound. She wasn't feeding well. So in this case, we're going to demonstrate technology that's called XDS, or Cross Enterprise Document Sharing. And the purpose of showing this here is that, so in the hospital, the radiologist, the pediatric radiologist that we want to look at the study isn't available in the hospital right now. So we're going to show that the records could be made available to physicians, clinicians outside of the hospital, around the world, or across the country, so that you get the right person looking at the records at the right time. So, as I said, she did she did an ultrasound, and so this is our iConnect Access application. We're going to start by typing in, say, the patient's last name and part of the last name, and we then find out that in this case there's one study. There is an ultrasound study. Now here we can handle both DICOM data, which would be ultrasound or CT, that sort of thing, but also textual information, PDF files, JPEG files, and such. It can all be brought together in one view for the clinician to look at. So we'll. This one, there we go. Most problem this morning. And so the ultrasound comes up, and as you can see, so we have the ventricles here, and the clinician would see that there's a bleed essentially inside in the ventricle. So we would just stop it momentarily, and he would look at that. And in this particular scenario, we're just saying, well, that's somewhat common in neonatal cases, and so they just want to watch baby Lacey for a little while, and they're going to put her into the NICU, and I'll pass you over to...
This is baby Lacey, and she's now in the warm embrace of the GE Giraffe incubator warmer. We're also monitoring her vital signs such as ECG. This data is sent to a gateway where it is transformed into the IHE patient care devices device to enterprise communication protocol using HL7 version 2.6 and an ISO International IEEE 11073 dictionary of terms that all of the vendors here agree to. And that enables enterprise plug-and-play interoperability. Another area that we do very well with is modeling devices such as the Giraffe incubator or any other incubator so that we can provide a detailed description of what the device is doing on behalf of baby Lacey. So with that as an introduction, pass you on to Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike Ross with Cuvera. I apologize for my voice. It's actually been a very busy conference, so I've lost my voice a little bit. Normally we show it on the presentation, but I wanted it from this monitor, but I'll show you here. I provide the interface between the GE OmniBed and actually sending that message out to Epic and to Spoke. So the messages that actually come off of this device are just serialized data. So we actually have, it's fairly cryptic, it's just a set of values that are separated out so that describe the state of the bed itself. And we actually run, when these messages actually flow through, we mapped those values out to the standardized message, which uses that defined dictionary or that nomenclature so that our messages are the same types of messages as all the other vendors. The other types of messages that can come out of this are actually when some state is outside of the normal range. So in this scenario, Lacey's temperature actually rises a little bit, which generates a physiological alarm that is sent over to our alarm manager, Spoke, who will now address it.
Hi, my name's Rob Wilder. I'm with Spoke, and we just got our alert for our temperature alarm for Lacey, which came in on my mobile device. And as you look at this, we can say that each one of the devices that's within this scenario is capable of sending an alert notification to the mobile device for the caregiver. So what's going to happen with that event? When we look at the message over here, we can see that the HL7 is extracted from the message. The first thing that's going to happen when that message is sent from the alarm reporter or the sending system is we're going to qualify that as an event, something that we need to send to the caregiver's mobile device. As soon as that qualification occurs, we're going to look at the type of event that is and start to pick different data points out of this HL7 message, this qualified message, to send to the caregiver's device as a clinically relevant message that's going to go out to their phone. When they receive that message, that data is going to give them the ability to make a decision on whether or not I can hand this event off or whether or not I need to address this immediately. And once we qualify that message, once we look at that message, we're going to proceed to Lacey's bedside to address her care for the temperature alarm. And then additional care is going to be needed. At that point, we'll hand things off to Philips so that they can address the further care.
Hello, I'm Bill Holden. I'm with Philips, and what we're adding to this scenario is that we're going to move baby Lacey, because she's been doing so well, from a single bed NICU over into a multi-bed NICU. And in the multi-bed NICU, we have a Philips monitor, as opposed to what you were on, Lacey was on earlier, which was a GE monitor. And the Philips monitor has a monitor here, which is hooked up to Lacey. There's a central station that's up on the wall here, which represents a 4-bed NICU. The top sector is Lacey, and Lacey gets a high temperature. We're going to simulate the high temperature by lowering the temperature threshold. And you'll see that Lacey gets an alarm here. You see the Lacey's alarm shows up here, and that alarm then gets sent to Spoke, and on from Spoke into the clinician's handheld device that Rob just showed through Spoke. This data, as well as the alarms, the physiological data, is being passed with the same medical device nomenclature that were being talked about earlier in the scenario, so that both GE and Philips devices are sending data onto the medical record. Now we're going to move you over to the medical record and let Matt from Epic tell you about that.
Hi, my name is Matt Rush from Epic. Like they just said, I am going to be receiving all of the data from them. So we can actually look directly into the chart. I'm right now acting as Lacey's physician, and I was just informed that I should be looking at her medical data. And rather than having to walk down to the device itself, I can just open up her chart, and I can see the most recent messages that have actually come in. So you can see I have my GE OmniBed from data from Cubera. I also have from GE, and also my Philips devices as well. So all of these messages, as I said before, have come in through that exact same message type. I didn't have to do anything different receiving messages from GE as I did from Philips, because they're using these international standards. So you can even see I have a heart rate from both GE and from Philips. Those messages look the exact same. So, as Lacey's physician, I actually am going to look at her chart, and I notice that she is due for some gentamicin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order that, and then I'm going to send it to pharmacy to get verified. Once all of that occurs, which I'm not going to take you through that process because it is long, I would send that information down to my nurse, and she would now have her verified medications. So what would happen is she would then have that medication, and she would come with her barcode scanner, and she would scan the medication. Now I just have a sheet to act as my medication. So I'd click on that, which would bring up this warning screen that I now need to go and scan the pump. So I would walk over to the pump where I would have my barcode, and I would scan the barcode that is associated with the pump. I'm now going to fill in just a couple bits of information, including the fact that this is her primary, and also when I was associating this with Lacey, and then push accept. And now I can see the order information for the gentamicin that I'm about to send. Now, I used to have to now walk over to my pump, go into the drug library, and start setting all of the information. But because of these new standards, I can actually send this information to the pump without having to put it in. And I'm going to pass it on to Rochelle to talk about that.
And hi, I'm Rochelle Weaver with BD Medical, and I'm going to be showing you the Alaris pump. So what Matt's already done here is he sent the order from the medical record, and it's moved it into my pump. I'm going to load my syringe of gentamicin, and we're going to confirm that we've received it into the pump. I'm going to choose the size of my syringe. I'm also going to choose, and I'm also going to validate the order that's come in. It's exactly like I'm reading it off the CPOE's order from the physician. Yep, 8 milligrams, 4 mLs, that's right. And I'm going to hit next. There's my CPOE order. It's all correct. As the nurse, I verify it, and I hit start. Not only are we receiving messages in from the CPOE orders, I'm sending messages back out. The INO flow sheet is now populated with the volumes of the medication.
So now, as her physician, I can actually go in and see the information that just came back from the pump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the gentamicin order, and I can actually see the new bag event that I just received. So not only are we reducing time by sending the order down, we're also receiving that start time back, which is reducing errors, and also will be more cost effective because we'll be able to get exact start time and end times. So obviously we're getting a lot of data from all of this, and we really want to point out that these are international standards. These companies aren't the only ones who are able to do this. Anyone who wants to get into this field can, and we're encouraging it because the more people who can do this, the more accurate our patients' data is going to be, and just better care we'll be able to provide. So, one other thing that we can actually do with this is I can receive a change event from my pump as well. So if someone were to create a titration or change the flow at which this is coming in, I can see that. So I've now received a new message saying that I am now infusing at 10 milliliters per hour. So that's just another type of message that we're able to receive through these international standards. So after all of this care has gone through, we've gone through about another 2 weeks of care, and little Lacey is starting to get better. She's ready to leave the ICU. Nicely enough, I'm about to go in and take care of the transfer, but before I am able to take care of that transfer, someone has started already moving Lacey out of the ICU. So I'm going to pass it back to Doug to finish our story with that.
As Matt was saying, someone has picked up Lacey, and there she goes. She's going out the door. She's being transferred. But it's an unauthorized transfer, and as you can see, it's displayed here on the screen. And Rob here from Spoke also is displaying that on his mobile device. Yep.
Take presence alarm for Lacey.
So that presence alarm is sent again over the IHE PCD profile, and it's sent to anyone who would like to pick it up. In this case, it's sent to the mobile device. So I'm going to hand everything off now to Crystal. Crystal?
Hi guys, good to see you again. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the vignette. Now to understand just a little bit more, I want to turn it over to wonderful Monroe, who is a technical project manager for this specific use case that we just saw, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his role with the showcase.
Hi there.
There you go. I'm just going to get you in the background there. Okay, good.
Hi there. I'm a technical project manager for 4 of the vignettes here at the IHE Interoperability Showcase, and I work as a liaison between the vendors and the HIMSS management folks that govern the whole showcase to make sure that all the appropriate roles of the individual vendors' products get executed as they expect, get displayed as they expect, work to put the graphics up, get the graphics delivered on time, and then I show up during setup to make sure that everything's going okay, and if it's not, they know who to come and ask to help. So that's my role.
All right, thanks Monroe. Thanks guys, see you later. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to tell you a little bit about this location right behind me, which is our education session theater. This is a really cool spot. They just finished up their education session, but the next one is actually a HIMSS session, and I'll let you guys in on a little secret. They're going to be dropping a new RFP that HIMSS just got with CDC and CIN Advantage and ICSA Labs. And they're going to be looking at how to improve immunization workflow and adoption and rates with Health IT.
Fantastic.
All right, let's go guys. So we have just a couple more stops, and we're going to do this just a little bit, run through it. I know you've been with us for a while, and we want to make it as quick as possible. One thing is I did want to point out all the wonderful sponsors who work with the HIMSS Interoperability Showcase. I know you only had a chance to see 7 of them, but we have over 67 different vendors who are demonstrating interoperability within the showcase. This has grown. When we first started this over 12 years ago, we only had about 4 different vendors, and over time, you can see we have groups, ambulatory, EHRs, all kinds of different organizational partners, supporters, and you can learn more about them by visiting the showcase website at www.interoperabilityshowcase.org. All right, so follow me. There's lunch. I know I'm getting hungry. Sorry. You're fine. Don't worry. So as put together by a group of individuals, including IHE, RSNA, ONC, PCHA, HIMSS, IHE Conformity Assessment, as well as the eHealth Exchange. And this is something you can get on the website, but it really outlines what in the world testing and certification is. And then I'm going to ask this gentleman just to move real quick, and we have this nice chart that actually compares the level of rigor and testing that we have for each certification. So everyone gets a lot confused, there's all these technical terms, but this is a nice booth where we have staffed all day with people like Rose. Hi Rose, who tells us more information about testing and certification. So let's continue. The next area is IHE. And IHE is the framework for all the great vignettes that we've seen. And this is Selena, and she's in the middle of giving a tour. Hi, Selena! And she's telling folks about the deployment that IHE has. So let's look at their graphic real quick. So IHE is the foundation for everything that you see here. All the different vignettes, use cases, that's all built on IHE profiles.
IHE stands for?
IHE stands for Integrating the Healthcare Enterprise. And you can see information about the deployments of IHE, which is an organization that helps put together really the rules of the road and the technical framework for understanding how we can do all this interoperability. And so we have over 60 health information exchanges that support IHE, over 167 hospitals in the US, and 7 different interoperability initiatives. So with that, we're going to do our last stop on the tour, and this is John Pagnini, and he's in the process of telling future collaborators about what a cool place, existing collaborators about what a cool place the HIMSS Innovation Center is. And so, hi Corbin, nice to meet you. And so, wave to John, hi John. And so we're going to continue on our tour, and now we're going to get a little bit quieter because we do have an interview in progress. And this is Brian Jacobs, who is a physician board member. He's the CMIO of National Children's, and what they're doing, and we can sneak behind him to get a better angle, but what they're talking about is how interoperability is impacting the children's medical. With that, because we don't want to ruin their video footage because that costs a lot of money. And with that, I want to thank everyone for coming to the HIMSS Interoperability Showcase, and a very big thank you to my new friend Chuck. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and see you all later. Thank you.